I'm just going to do a very quick update on the InSight mission. When we last spoke, went too far ahead. The seismometer had been deployed, and they were just ready to deploy the thermal shield. So the seismometer was inside here. This is the shield that protects the seismometer from the wind and the temperature fluctuations. And so very early February, that was completed. There's a close-up of the windshield. And then a few days later, they started preparing to deploy the thermal profiler, the heat flow experiment. And this is just sort of a little stop motion video from the still frames of picking up the heat flow experiment called HP cubed and setting it down on the surface. And so this is the wide angle view. And so this device is designed to pound its little temperature probe down about 15, 16 feet. And then it leaves behind a cable that has evenly spaced thermal sensors. And so you get a profile of the temperature from 15, 16 feet down all the way to the surface. And that tells you how much heat is escaping from the interior of the planet. And the whole purpose of InSight is to study the structure and determine what's going on inside Mars. We've never had the capability to do that. So with a seismometer, you're probing the deep interior, just if the planet gets hit with meteorites or asteroids, or if there's a landslide, it vibrates the planet. You can measure those vibrations, and they get bent depending on what the internal structure is. If the planet is layered like an onion, you get all sorts of reflections, and that's exactly what they're studying. And then ditto on the heat flow experiment. If there's a molten core on Mars, we should see the signature of the heat escaping from that. So this is the view of those two sitting on the surface. They've been fully deployed at this point. And in addition to those, there's also a meteorology package on board. So every day now it's returning the temperature and the wind velocity and direction and the air pressure at this location. And they've actually started a web page that has the weather report for day by day on Mars. And so I'll leave this up for just a minute, but if you want to Google it, just look for Mars weather report, and you'll be able to find this. But you can see there's quite a swing in temperatures. Routinely, every day it's getting up into the low single digits, and then every night it's dropping, minus 139, minus 140 Fahrenheit. So if and when we go to Mars, we need pretty snug jackets over our spacesuits. And so this is one of the most recent images taken. There's the robot arm and the heat flow probe, and then again looking out at the horizon